Anderson was the originator well, one of the originators of the reparations battle. He filed a lawsuit, a federal law, civil rights lawsuits many years ago for the 1866 Indian Treaty. He's been fighting for reparations much longer than any of the people that are claiming that they were the originators of the movement. They're not the originators. The originators were in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and even before that, right? So anyway, Dr. Colin Anderson, he comes in and he talks about meritorious manumission, which is basically the reward that slaves would get for serving the master, right? So you can earn your meritorious manumission by, tap dancing real nice for massa and doing a good job entertaining white people, which is what we do when we play sports and rap for them and do all these other things. And we think of ourselves as only, as defined by what we're doing for white people, which really makes me cringe because I hate seeing a black man say, I was born to be an athlete. You weren't born to be a fucking athlete. Seriously, you're 28 years old, 30 years old, playing a child sport. Like, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. They're paying you millions of dollars to do it. But you weren't born to play basketball. Like, you're born to be a husband and a father and an asset to your community, right? So I think a little balance is necessary. Taco Fall is from Africa. He's 7'6". And I'm sure his whole life, everyone said, oh, you should play basketball. You should play basketball. Our 16-year-old goes to that. He's like, Mom, I don't want to play basketball, but everybody keeps saying, play basketball, play basketball. I have my goddaughter who I walk down the aisle. So she's pretty much my daughter. She's 6'3", and in her whole life, everybody's been like, oh my God, you're wasting your talent because you're so tall. You should be playing basketball. And she's like, I don't want to go do basketball. I'll do a sport, but sports don't matter that much to me. I want to be smart. I want to actually have a career. I want to be a woman first so I was like, baby, just do your thing. Like, you're a great athlete, but you're not born to be a fucking athlete. Seriously. So she went to Columbia University, got an Ivy League degree, used sports to get the degree, and now she's a teacher, and she's more of a teacher and a human being than she is a damn athlete. I told my stepson, I said, you're more of you're going to be the black Elon Musk. You're going to be a billionaire one day because you're going to start a business and do great things. You're more than just a basketball player. Don't let anybody tell you that. But we got kids in our neighborhoods that really think that your number one reason for existing is to play a damn sport. That just drives me crazy. So meritorious manumission is a reward that black people have always gotten since during slavery, after slavery, and to this day, for entertaining whites, protecting whites, or snitching on other black people. Those are the three ways you got your meritorious manumission: entertaining whites, protecting whites, or snitching on black people who were going to go and start the revolution. Okay. Out of all the slave revolts that happened, about 99% of them ended because some Negro wanted to get paid. He wanted to get his check. So here's the point, right? So when I look at this, right, and I look at these four guys, and I don't dislike any of them. I admire all of them to a point. I admire them, right? I admire them, but I disagree with them, right? I look at Jay-Z, and I look at Stephen A, and I look at Cap, and I look at Eric Reid, and one thing these guys have in common. Here's the one thing they all have in common. Every single one of these guys has made millions of dollars from the NFL. Every single one of these guys has pretty much made it their life's work to earn meritorious manumission from racist white institutions. Right? Does not mean it's bad. Like, I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying that every single one of these four guys, Jay-Z, Stephen A, Kaepernick. Now somebody says, Doc, you're all over the place. If you think I'm all over the place, and this is probably not your conversation, Anthony, you probably need to go get on the little bus and go to World Star or something where they can talk more and use one syllable words and stuff, because I think you might be a little confused. It's okay. It's nuanced argument. But just so you know, this is a platform for intelligent black people. You either have to be intelligent or you got to want to be intelligent. If you're into the coonery, this ain't gonna work for you. I'm only gonna piss you off, man. Just unsubscribe, bro. You just seriously, man. Like, you don't want to be here. I'm gonna hurt your feelings for real. But anyway, so Jay-Z, so these four guys are all getting money from the NFL, and they're fighting over the NFL, which is just fascinating to me. And because again, it's a plantation fight. You got Massa in the middle, and Massa saying, I got the house Negroes. Which would be, I think the house Negroes, according to my scientific analysis, the two house Negroes in this scenario would be Mr. Jay-Z and Mr. Stephen A. Smith. Both of these individuals are well taken care of by the NFL, and they are in the good graces of the master of the plantation. Now, the field Negroes would be Mr. Kaepernick and Mr. Eric Reid, because they're on the outside looking in. When Jay-Z took that deal with the NFL, Kaepernick got pissed and said, you're a traitor. And I was fascinated by this statement because I'm like, Negro, You're applying. You're begging for a job from the same place he just got hired. Like, I mean, think about this. Think about it. Let's put it in real life terms, right? So, I want to date a girl, and she don't want to holler at me. She doesn't like me, and so my boy, I'm sitting there with my boy. I'm like, man, she a bitch, man. You know how guys do, right? You know how we act all insecure and shit. We be like, hey, girl, how you doing? And then when y'all not interested, we be like, bitch, yo, ugly bitch. I don't want your ugly ass anyway. But when you call me, right? You know, guys do that, right? And so I'm sitting there like, man, she a bitch. And my boy's like, yeah, dog, she a bitch. And then I find out later on that, you know, he's hooking up with this girl, right? Now I'm gonna be mad at him, right? I will be mad at him because that's just kind of dirty. You don't do that to your real friends. But I doubt that Jay-Z and Kaepernick were ever real friends to begin with. I'm trying to get this white thing off my shirt. I don't know what this is. Okay, anyway, it'll just be the little random white dot on my shirt that you'll have to look at. Anyway, so Jay-Z, so Kaepernick is like, man, the NFL sucks. The NFL, they mean to me. They won't give me no job because they be hating, right? And Jay-Z's like, yeah, they be hating. They ain't right. But then the NFL comes along and again uses divide and conquer, which has been used against slaves since slaves came into existence. And the NFL comes along and says, well, you know, we'll take you, but we don't want him, but we'll take you, right? So the girl that you're mad at because she won't go out with you looks at your boy and she's like, I think he's kind of cute. And he's actually more respectful than you are. You know, you up here talking to me all crazy, but he was pretty nice to me, so I'm gonna go out with him. And then you're mad at your boy. You're like, you're a traitor for dating that woman. I can understand that feeling, right? I think in a friendship, it would be personal. I know I'd be mad, right? And a lot of us would be mad about that. But, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, somebody might also say he doesn't need your permission to decide to go date that girl. Especially if y'all ain't even that close anyway. If y'all ain't really that, if y'all are best buddies, like if you know, like if y'all best buddies, then maybe it's a different thing. But if he's just a guy that you happen to know, it's a little weird to tell that other guy like you should have asked me if it was okay to date my girl, right? And I think that with Kaepernick and Jay-Z, I didn't understand Kaepernick's disgust with Jay-Z for taking the role with the NFL when Kaepernick was simply upset because he didn't get the job first. Right now, with that said, though, all of them are making valid points. What they're doing is they're sort of doing a yin yang argument, right? Each of them is making valid points on different sides of the same issue, right? You know, Jay-Z and Stephen A. are basically saying, look, they're putting millions of dollars in your pocket. You know, you're privileged, you know, and it's a little hard for me to hear people, my conservative friends in my ears say things like this, but I try to listen so I can hear all points of view. So I talked to some of my more not I want to say coonish friends, but I'm going to say my more backward Negro ass friends, and say Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock, I consider him to be a friend, but my God, about 40% of what he says makes me cringe. It really does. But I like having friends that make me cringe because that's how I grow. That's how I see other points of view. And so, you know, Jason Whitlock might say, come on, man, they're giving you a better lifestyle than 99% of all people. You are in the 1%. You're asking them to pay your bills. What are you complaining about? Right now, Kaepernick and Eric Reid are making the very basic point, which I agree with, that because most of the majority of the NFL players are black, the NFL has some sort of moral obligation to care about issues that affect black males.